If you're someone who's planning to apply for an MBA in Canada, this video will be important for you because we are discussing the options for the programs and the deadlines that you need to take a note of for the following application cycle. The first program that we'll discuss is the Rotman School of Management. So the next deadline, which is due, is the round 2 deadline on January 12th. And then you have, as an international applicant, round 3 is also an important deadline for you. So March 4th is the round 3 deadline. So round 2 or round 3 are good rounds for the international applicants to apply to. And round 4 becomes slightly out of reach given that the intake is limited and a lot of international applicants will already have been selected by the round 2 or the round 3 deadlines. The average age at the Rotman School of Management is 28 years. The intake is around 275 previously, and the average GMAT in the previous year has been around 674 with an average work experience of 4 years. Look at the Rotman School of Management to apply to for the MBA program in Canada. The second program that you can apply to in Canada is the UBC Sauder MBA. So for the UBC Sauder MBA, the next deadline which is due is January 9th, and the average age for the UBC Sauder program is 30 years. The intake is around 87, so it's quite a limited intake. And the program duration is 16 months, and the average work experience in the class is around 6 years. So this is the class profile for the UBC sort of program. It accepts both the GMAT and the GRE scores. If you have a score and you are planning to apply to an MBA in Canada, this is a good program to look into. The third program that you can consider is the IB MBA. The next deadline is for the first round of admissions for 2025 intake. That is due on 29th of January, and the round 2 will be due on 15th of April. So these are the two upcoming deadlines for the IB MBA. And the average age in the class is 29 years. The intake previously has been around 146. It is a 12-month program, and the average work experience is around 5.5. For the people who are applying through the GMAT, the average GMAT for the IB MBA has been 670. So if you fit the class profile, and you're looking for a one-year program in Canada, this is a good program to consider. Next comes the Schulich MBA. So the Schulich MBA has two deadlines which are currently ongoing. One is the intake for the September 2024 intake, and the other is the January 25 intake. So both of these intakes will be available to you. And for the September 24 intake, the round 2 admission cycle will be due on 17th of January. And for the 25, according to your preparation, you can, and the timeline of your plans to join the MBA program, you can choose any of these intakes. The average age of the Schulich MBA program has been 31 years. So this is from the 2022 employment report. The intake was 291, and the average work experience in the class was 5 years, and the average GMAT for the class was 627. The fifth program that you can consider is the Alberta MBA. The deadline is March 1st, 24. You still have a lot of time to write your GMAT and then apply to the program. Average GMAT for Alberta has been 630. The average work experience was 6 years, and the average age in the class has been 29 years. Again, considering the requirements of the program, if you have a GMAT or a GRE score, this is again a very good program to apply to in Canada. McGill MBA is another program that will be very important for you to consider if you are applying for an MBA in Canada. So January 15th is the next deadline. The average age for the McGill MBA has been 29 years, and you can choose from a 1-year or a 2-year MBA at McGill. And the average work experience being 5.5 years, and the GMAT average has been 675 for the McGill MBA. So considering the class profile, if you have a good and a strong GMAT score, then McGill MBA is a course that you must look into. The seventh program that you can apply to is the HEC Montreal MBA, and the average age for the HEC Montreal MBA has been 30 years. The course is 12 months in duration, and the average work experience is 6 years. So if you consider all the MBA programs so far that we have discussed for MBA in Canada, the average work experience ranges from 5 to 6 years. So if you have a work experience, the minimum work experience is usually 2 years that is required to apply to an MBA program, especially a program in Canada. So if you fit the range of experience as well as you have a GMAT or a GRE score, then you should consider applying to these programs. So the next deadline for the HEC Montreal MBA is 15th January 2024. The eighth program that can be considered as the Dig Route MBA. So the Dig Route MBA gives you two options. One is the full-time program, and second is the program with co-op. So co-op means that you'll have an additional 12 months of paid internship experience, which is very useful for you if you have lesser work experience. So this is usually recommended for people with less than 4 years of work experience, and you can apply with a minimum of 1 year of work experience to the co-op program. The other program is the full-time program that is 20 months in duration. Average work experience is around 5 years, and that is recommended for people with less than 7 years of work experience. So these are the two options given your work experience and your aspirations of career transition or the career change. You can choose the internship period that you want to go in for, and based on that, you can choose the co-op or the regular full-time program. The round three deadline for this is 28th of February 2024. So this is about all on the major programs that you can apply to for an MBA in Canada. You need a GMAT or a GRE score. There is a certain requirement which is given out by the schools for the minimum GPA that they accept. Before you apply to any school, share your transcripts with the school. See if your the previous undergraduate degrees are acceptable by the program, and then apply for any other admission related queries, or if you need assistance with the application or the interview preparation, you can get in touch with us.